This video is about equilibrium. So the key in the question is they tell us that the first equation has an equilibrium constant of K. And they ask us to predict the equilibrium constant for the second equation right here. And the concept of this question is how to calculate equilibrium constant. So the general formula of equilibrium constant is Kc, which equals to product to the power of its coefficient over reactant to the power of its coefficient. And we can use this general formula of equilibrium constant to calculate equilibrium constant for each of the equation from the question above, which is right here. So in the first one, we're just going to call it Kc1, and we would have the product is NH3 in gaseous state, and the coefficient is 2, so it's to the power of 2. The second one, we have nitrogen in gaseous state, and there's no coefficient, or it has a coefficient of 1, so we'll just leave it to blank. And then times hydrogen in gaseous state as well, and that has a coefficient of 3, so it's to the power of 3. And that's our first equilibrium constant. Moving on to the second one, we have Kc2, and we have the products and the reactants. So that's how we calculate equilibrium constant. But now the questions ask us to write this equilibrium constant in terms of K, which is this equilibrium constant. So if this whole thing is K, then we need to write this equilibrium constant in terms of K. So if you compare these two, you can see that this right here is equal to this one right here. Because you can see, if you were to compare, all the power is doubled. So if we were to simplify that, we have the exact same equilibrium constant to the power of 2. And this makes sense because if we were to look back at the equations itself, you can see that the coefficients are all doubled as well. So if this equilibrium constant is K, then this one is K squared. And so if we were to go back to our question, our answer for this question is K squared.